What's up, fellas? Friday morning. This damn Chicago weather. Not going to lie. Kind of depresses me. Right when you think you're out of the woods, you never are. It's May. It's freaking rainy. And it's going to be like 40 or 50 and windy. But you know what? Summer's still coming. We just got to wait a little more time. Regardless, we're in here. We're drinking some Stella Blue coffee. We're fired up. We got our mind right. We got our dude wipes to clean up our messes. What could be better? Joined by Tyler Moody this morning. Got a fun show. Got an interview about 9:20 we're airing. We got yesterday with Texas A&M baseball superstar Jace Lavalette, who very well might be the first pick in the 2025 MLB draft this summer. So big pull there. Got to shout out Peyton Chatinier, who've been doing college baseball stuff with. He helped make it happen. That interview going to air at 9:20. The Aggies. Tough weekend last weekend, getting swept at Texas. They're our rival, losing all 3 games by 1 run. But they got to turn around and focus because they got the LSU Tigers, who are number 2 coming into Bluebell this weekend as college baseball really, really cranking up. We're going to be joined by Moody here in a second. Last night, Moody, looking kind of fresh.
What's up, brother? What's going on? What's going on? I think it's the camera. I think the camera makes a difference. My iPhone versus my he doesn't have his headset on. But yeah, I think the camera actually makes a difference. The iPhone's just a lot more crisp than my MacBook is, so it's a difference maker. See what happens when we take a day off.
Forgot to hit the button to make us hear Moody there. So, but dude, Moody, yeah, I can hear you now. And dude, you look like fresh.
I think it's just the camera. It's the camera difference. It's the MacBook versus the iPhone. This is what the iPhone does. It's just a lot more sharp, a lot more crisp.
Yeah, you got
Hopefully this is more what I look like.
You got your cap on. You got a little clean shave in.
Mm-hmm.
Looking pretty fresh. Well, a lot of stuff to get into this weekend. Barstool stuff, as always. Shout out Tate and Beef. They were forced to redo that stream. Dude, they started at noon during the Yak. I don't know what time it ended. It might have been 3 or 4 in the morning. But say what you will about Tate, the man sells out for the brand, and it has to be respected. I know you've said the same thing. Mm-hmm. He will put himself through so much for the brand with the After Dark, and I just got to give him props. I mean, he had to redo the stream over a technicality. They might have been a rule Tuesday night or something. They did it. It was, I mean, dude, I think he might have been here till 3 or 4 in the morning. But they got it done.
You got to give him credit. He'll not only is he willing to like dish shit out, he'll take it. He'll put in the energy and the effort to make stuff happen. Like I think Tate has been an incredible hire for ball.
I agree.
Everything I've seen, obviously, I don't see everything, but I think from what I've seen, he's doing a hell of a job. And
he's really
in the energy,
especially taking over the Stool After Dark thing from Jerry. Because he took that over, and that's a dude having to do one of those crazy challenges every week, like wrecks your week. And so I got to just give him credit. I'm giving him a shout out to Tate, Tate. For getting that done. The stuff with Barstool going on tomorrow. DraftKings, Wrigleyville Sports Zone. Me and Kadick and Spider are going to be up there. Kentucky Derby time, Moody. Making some bets on Kentucky Derby Day, like Mick Jagger said, Dead Flowers. Great tradition. Want to remind everyone, the DK Horse app. If you don't have the download the DK Horse app, make sure you download it because they've got an unbelievable promotion. I mean, Moody's got to do it too. We got to find us a horse to put this on. Moody, you opt in. You bet $5 on some horse to win the Derby. If your horse wins the Derby, you get to split $1 million with everybody on there. So I actually think that means there's a strategy to this.
Don't they have some kind of deposit bonus as well? I saw something a couple weeks ago.
I know they did. I'm not sure if they still do. I think they may be just doing this opt-in thing. But what I know is this. There's a strategy to all this stuff. Because remember when they did the King of the Court, and if you randomly pick someone that no one has, you get a ton of money? Mm-hmm. We got to find some horse that's like a 20-1 long shot that nobody's going to bet on in this thing and take them. Because if you take one of the favorites, everybody's going to have them. But if you find some horse that hardly anybody takes, and you randomly get to split $1 million, it's going to be like $5K or $5.
How often in horse racing, though, do the long shots actually win? It's much more rare, right?
Yeah, they're long shots for a reason. The thing about the Kentucky Derby, too, it's like 20 horses are in this race. Like a lot of these races are 8, 10 horses. Derby's 20. So Derby's bigger. A friend of ours, a friend of the program, has Sandman, one of the favorites. He's now 5-1. A good friend of ours has him 16-1 from January on a futures bet. So got to give a shout out to that.
All right.
But want to remind everyone, come join us at DraftKings Wrigleyville. The Sports Zone's awesome. It's right across from Wrigley Field. If you've ever been there, they got good food, great setup. But excited to make some bets on Kentucky Derby Day. We'll be in there tomorrow with Kadick and Spider, so come see us. A big thing this weekend coming up, everybody, we're having a Barstool migration to Arizona. The first ever bet gala, Barstool and DraftKings. It's Dave Portnoy's brainchild. It's going to be televised, on all Barstool platforms, 6 Eastern on Monday from from the DraftKings Sportsbook, like at the 16th green at TPC where they have the Waste Management. Man, I have no idea what to expect this bet gala. I know Dave and Rhea, not Rhea, Rhea's on her honeymoon. Dave and Fran and Nick Trani are like calling it. We have to dress up. I'm wearing a black tie suit. I'm super stoked. I'm actually going to like a salon to get a haircut today, which ought to be interesting. Try to look real fresh for this gala. But this is going to be a wild event. Dave's put a lot into it. It's like a play off the Met Gala in New York. I don't really understand everything that's going on, but the theme is gambling. I'm going to probably reload up my DraftKings account if we have to gamble during it. I don't really understand it, but I know it's going to be fun. It's going to be a big event. We're going to be down there. That's going to be Monday. And so I'm leaving Sunday, coming back Tuesday. But, dude, Scottsdale, I don't know if you've ever been, Moody. Scottsdale, Arizona. Hell of a place.
I've driven through. We stayed the night there one time. I was going from Oregon to Louisiana, and we stayed one night in Scottsdale. It's a gorgeous area for sure. No doubt about it. A lot nicer than many of the other parts of Arizona, because Arizona is interesting. You have some of the most beautiful spots in the country, and then you have some of the most shady spots in the country. You got the
Grand Canyon, you got Sedona. So I've heard so much about Sedona.
Yep. Arizona is a very unique state. There's beautiful mountainside, the Grand Canyon, all that stuff, and then you got tweakers like crazy as well. It's nuts.
Yeah, but Scottsdale too. The Barstool bar there is amazing, and I'll just say it on here. People can laugh whatever they want. Dude, the women thing in Scottsdale is the damnedest thing I've ever seen. It's crazy. It's crazy how beautiful the women
Mintzy's
are.
coming back with a girlfriend, man.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But I need to find me a date to this gala. Is what I need. I don't know any women. I don't know any women in Arizona. I just know I just see them, and they're all beautiful, and they all are not afraid to show some skin. That's for sure.
Look, you're gonna have your new haircut. You'll be good to go. You get out there a day early. You find you a date. You take her with you. You got to go one day early.
If you will,
you're putting in the work. Time to go put in the work.
Yeah, if you will it, you got to get the payoff, right?
That's right. That's right.
But excited about that. Also, a funny thing I want to mention from Unnamed show yesterday. Kurt Minahan and Dave and Whitney were talking. So Eddie and I are both speaking at the Barrett Sports Media News Conference next Thursday afternoon, which is like a national media thing. And I've heard a lot about it. The reason I know about it is Gordy Rush, old boss at ESPN Baton Rouge, big LSU guy. They've always really loved Barrett and the conference and stuff. And Matt Moscona, who's coming up for it, ESPN Baton Rouge afternoon host who we're friends with. And I still go on the show. But apparently there's a Kirk Minahan Barrett old school beef. And I'm going to be honest, with Minahan, it's impossible to keep up with all the beefs. There's so many. But Kurt got on the Unnamed yesterday and said, I don't care about Eddie, but if Mintzy speaks at this thing, he's effing dead to me. And I was like, I didn't know Kirk had some beef with Barrett. I just know that when me and you were doing Bossier City Radio years ago, I didn't think I'd ask to be one of the keynote speakers at a national media conference. So I was this is kind of an honor. I'm going to do this. So we'll see what happens with Kirk, but I think I still got to do it.
Yeah, no, you got it.
I'm going to
do that.
I'm going to do
it. That's bigger than Kirk Minahan, so I think you should definitely do it.
Yeah, Moody and I's old boss from the Shreveport Bossier days hit me. I was texting with last night. Cody Welling is going to be there too. He's now at Columbus, running an Ohio State station, doing really, really well. So that'll be cool to catch up with him, the old journey through the past. So I'm excited about that next Thursday. That'll be cool. All right, let's get into some stuff from last night because, man, I got to say, I'm enjoying – this is a very underrated few weeks of the year because when you've got the first rounds of NBA and NHL, it's just so much action every night. Mm-hmm. And the hockey playoffs continue to deliver, man. They just – the Vegas – I watched the end of that Vegas Wild game. Tough for the Wild, man. Vegas win 3-2 in Minnesota to close out that series. 4-2 last night. They move on. The Kings blew that Oilers series, man. That's tough. The Oilers get them again last night, 6-4. I mean, gosh, I wish I'd have been betting the overs in that series. Just every game, just shootouts. The Oilers play that different brand of hockey. Don't really have a good goalie. Score a ton of goals with Connor McDavid. But anyway, 6-4. They beat the Kings 4-2. Avalanche Stars game was absolutely bananas last night. Avalanche were up 3-0, trying to force Game 7. Stars score 4 in a row to get up 4-3, and then the Avs come back and blast them 7-4. Which this series deserves 7. It's been back and forth the whole time. So Avs Stars Game 7 in Dallas, that'll be something. Biz, our friend, going nuts. The Maple Leafs closed out Ottawa 4-2. So they won the game 4-2 and they won the series 4-2. So the Maple Leafs finally not choking in the playoffs. They move on. So a lot of really fun playoff hockey. Tonight, you've got Game 6 of Winnipeg and St. Louis. Back in St. Louis as the Blues look to extend the series. NBA playoffs last night. Man, Moody. I don't know if you watched it, dude. Tough scene in Detroit. Boy, the Pistons.
No, I didn't.
Oh, they blew the Pistons and their fans. Boy, the Pistons absolutely grabbed their throats at the end of this game, dude. They were winning the whole game. Jalen Brunson put this dude on skates. I'm talking with like 5 seconds left, made some crazy move. The dude basically fell to the floor and just buried this three with 4.3 seconds left to win by 3. But the Pistons were up and just blew. Like Cade Cunningham missed 2 layups that made at the rack, the 2 possessions before. They melted down on offense. It was a close game, but they had the advantage. And then at the end of the game, just such a brutal way to lose. So the Brunson 3 was with 4.3 seconds left. Beasley was out on the right wing, has a look, and drops this pass out of bounds and doesn't even get a shot up with half a second left, and they lose. Dude, because I just feel for the Pistons and their fans because they hadn't made the playoffs in like 15. I mean, they've been terrible for years. They're proud. And that's a proud franchise going back to the bad boys in the 80s and 90s, and they won the title with Rasheed and Ben Wallace, and they beat the Lakers. I mean, you think Detroit Pistons, you still think like solid old school NBA franchise, and it was great to see them returning to the playoffs, and I thought they were just brutal for their fans. I mean, you wait 15, 20 years for the playoffs, and you just choke like that. And this is a series that they lose in 6, but they should have won Game 4. Cat pulled those crazy shots out of their ass. Almost every game was competitive. I mean, this is one, and this happens to young teams in the playoffs. Like, you got to learn how to win in the playoffs. It's a different game, and the Knicks have guys like Brunson and Cat and that have experience and Thibodeau coaching. But, dude, I mean, if you watched it, it was tough. I felt to the point that I felt bad for him. Like,
yeah, I like Cade Cunningham a lot too. He's from the games that I saw of him this year, he was always putting in the energy. So, hate to see that, but look, when you're a young team in the NBA, you got to show up and dominate games. That's kind of like what Oklahoma City's doing, right? They're leaving no doubt right now. Who cares about their experience level? They're leaving no doubt because they're just beating the piss out of the teams they're playing or the team they're playing. So I think if you're a young team, you got to come out and just leave no doubt. If there's any of that doubt creeps in, a lot of times those young teams, they fold when it starts to matter the most.
Yeah, and then last night, no surprise here, the Clippers beat the Denver Nuggets, Game 6, 111-105. This was another series we thought it was destined for
It deserves 7.
Yeah,
and
James Harden 28, Kawhi 27 and 10, and Powell 24. This thing deserves 7, and it's going 7. Mm-hmm. And I think we as sports fans deserve that. The winner of this gets the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are going to be very well rested. The winner of this is like these are kind of veteran teams too. I feel like the winner of this is, probably going to be in tough shape against Oklahoma City with them being rested. But that's headed 7. And then also looking ahead tonight, I believe. I'm in tonight. Tonight should be Game 6. Yep, the only game tonight, Rockets-Warriors Game 6. This is where the road ends for you. I mean, not surprised Houston won Game 5. We kind of called that with Golden State kind of tanking games like that historically. But hard-pressed to see Houston pulling this one off of Game 6 in Golden State. Moody, what do you think?
I sure hope the Warriors close this one out. I think they will, too. This is the kind of the example I was just talking about, right? The veteran team against the younger team. Golden State with a chance to go ahead and close this thing out, and I think that they will. They
Gold,
got too much experience, been here, done that.
Golden State a 5.5-point favorite on DraftKings tonight too, so a pretty solid favorite. A big college baseball weekend. I want to mention this. First big series started last night. The number one team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, traveled to Arkansas, who's top 10, top 7. And boy, Vegas knows. We talked about it yesterday. Texas is 19-2, and Arkansas is a minus 145 favorite. I was like, dude, Arkansas's the play. Whenever you see Vegas know stuff like that, or DraftKings or lines, Arkansas just comes out and blasts them 8-1. And Arkansas has lost 2 out of 3 weekends in a row, but they're still really, really good. It's just SEC baseball. It's just a tough league. They lost 2 out of 3 at Georgia, at Florida, and at Texas A&M at home. But I felt like this could be a big bounce back weekend. And you look at like the Texas Longhorns, as good as they've been, they've lost their ace pitcher Jared Spencer. Their Golden Spikes Award candidate Max Bellew's out till at least the NCAA tournament. The fact they're number 1 and 19-3 in the SEC is just unbelievable job by Coach Slosh. They find a way, but there was due to be some regression, and I think this weekend could be it. I don't know if Arkansas can sweep them, but I think Arkansas can win at least 2 out of 3. A bunch of other series starting up tonight. I'm excited about. Ole Miss is hot at Oklahoma. Moody. And then we'll just go ahead and lead into it because we're about to play the Jace Lavalette interview, which is, by the way, shout out Peyton Shania. Dude, Jace Lavalette's probably going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. He's one of the all-time A&M home runs leader. Yeah, dude, his batting stance, I don't know if you watched him. He holds it like Jason Giambi a little bit. It's kind of.
Yep, he looks a lot like Giambi for sure.
Yeah, but except he plays center field and he can run. And he's 6'5", and he's huge. He's a freak. But yeah, we've got an interview with him. We're going to air in a minute. Before going into that, I want to touch on, LSU A&M series this weekend. Huge one at Bluebell. LSU beat Tennessee 2 out of 3 last week. They're number 2 in the country. A&M had been red hot, but then that Texas series is tough. Now they're 8-13 in the SEC. I think the magic number for them is 12 SEC wins, and they should be good because they have a strong RPI after winning series at Georgia and Arkansas. So big series for them this weekend. They got Missouri still on their schedule, though, which is 3 easy wins. Dude, this Missouri thing, Moody, they may be the worst team in the history of the SEC, dude. It's unbelievable.
They're brutally bad.
Dude, they haven't won a game, and they haven't even come close to winning a game.
They're so bad.
So it's like if you have Missouri on your schedule, it's like such a lucky break because everybody sweeps them, and it's 3 easy wins in a conference where they're not easy to find. But LSU A&M, going to be a great series. Alabama at Vandy will be really good. Ole Miss at Oklahoma, super interesting this weekend too. Dude, SEC baseball, man, it's every weekend because you're looking at a league where Missouri's trash and is awful. South Carolina's not good, but I don't even think they're terrible. I just think they're losing because you have to lose in this league. And the Mississippi State's like slightly past the bubble and fired their coach, but I don't even think they're that bad. And the other 13 teams are in the tournament. And, we saw it in college basketball where 14 made it. I think 13 teams are making the tournament from the SEC. But we'll be watching that close. Major League Baseball-wise, anything on your mind? Or how'd yesterday go?
The Rangers, man, they're struggling offensively right now. They cannot hit the baseball. It's crazy. Corey Seager's on the IL, which we expect that to happen once a year. I mean, he's going to get hurt. It's just the way that it is. It's the way his body's built, I guess. But ever since he's gone on the IL, this Rangers offense has just gone ice cold. I'm right there with them personally, but no, the Rangers offense, man, they're so bad right now. We're kind of needing Wyatt Langford to just carry us by himself, and he's doing all he can, but. The rest of the guys gotta wake up at some point. I would think we got dudes that have hit the baseball very well throughout the course of their careers, just struggling, and it's weird to see. It's weird to see that the pitching for the Rangers has been so good and the hitting has been so bad. I would have thought the complete opposite of that coming into the season, but it's not the case.
Yeah, that's weird. So is Wyatt Langford struggling? I know you were hoping he'd really break out.
No, he's playing fine. No, he's been. I mean, he's had a couple bad games here, but the entire team has. But he's been the one guy that was carrying us for a little bit, and now he's slowed down a little bit, and nobody else is picking up the slack. And the problem is that division is now just wide open. All 4 teams are right there, essentially tied at the top. The Mariners have been playing good baseball. The Astros aren't going anywhere. The A's still in the hunt as well. I mean, this is it's the American League West has become very, very interesting all of a sudden. The Angels, the one team that you don't have to worry about, but they're playing decent baseball too, actually. So it's the American League West feels much more different than I thought it was going to.
Do you think the A's playing in Sacramento is that better for them than Oakland? Like maybe it's like just a different ball. I know it's been
It's a
more of an
different.
over.
It's a hitter's. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
hitter's
I've
ballpark
noticed the
versus
overs
pitcher's
have been a
park.
thing there, and Oakland was a pitcher park.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. Just changed the game for them. And they just, they got some dudes, Jacob Wilson, Lawrence Butler. Their young guys are showing up and playing well. Soderstrom's had an incredible start to the season. They're pitching okay. Like, they're not great, obviously. They've had some really bad games in there, but they've gotten a decent couple starts from Severino, and they're playing baseball. The Mariners pitching well, kind of getting helped out by Cal Raleigh, who's been balling. The Astros, Hunter Brown might be the best pitcher in the American League. I mean, he's right there with Scooble. He's gone from 20-1 down to 5-1 for the
Yeah, you've been
AL
on.
Cy
I saw
Young.
you tweeting about it. That you thought he might be the
Yeah,
best.
I have him at 10-1. I grabbed him somewhere there in the middle. He looks so good. He added a changeup midway through last season, and since then he's got like a 2.1 ERA, probably even lower than that because he's got like a 1 point something this year. I mean, he has just been sensational. He's essentially taken over the role that Verlander used to have, right? That right-handed ace that could, lead the team. That's what Hunter Brown looks like, and that's a scary proposition for the rest of the American League if the Astros are going to keep getting guys to step up like that. So tip of the cap to Houston. They still look good.
Man, just such a
They've
good
managed
organization.
to
They're just
reload.
organized. Yeah, and they always they
So good.
develop guys. They
So
develop
good.
guys too. And then even obviously Tucker going off for the Cubs, but getting Cam Smith looks like it's good. The Cubs rolling 8-3 at Pittsburgh. What you laughing at?
Yeah, Cubs rolling, Cubs cruising. They look great. I mean, at this point, their big series starts today. This is the one that I really want to watch. I'm super excited about this series. Brewers, Cubs. Brewers have been the team in the division the last couple years. Cubs are trying to take that mantle from them. They got their old coach going against the Brewers, and Council. So this is a very fun series, probably the most exciting series to watch this entire weekend, I would think. So this is definitely one I'm paying attention to.
I want to go up to Milwaukee this summer at some point and go to check out the Brewers thing. Milwaukee's like it's
Yeah,
only
I'd
two.
love to
It's
as
only
well.
like 2 hours from here, hour and a half, and I'd like to go to a Brewers series. It's a fun. I don't know if you've ever been up there, but it's a fun town. I mean, it's a big party town for sure. They love their beer, sausage, and cheese, but it's interesting. Like it's fun, but it's like pretty cheap too. It's definitely like not big city prices and stuff. I don't know. I think that'd be fun going up to Wisconsin at some point in this.
Yeah, I'd love to check it out sometime. Chat is throwing a lot of shade at Jock Peterson and Jake Berger. Both of them deserve it. Which the crazy thing is, I thought that was going to be two good signings for the Rangers. Both of them hit, 30 plus. Like Jock had an All-Star year, 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And they've just been complete and utter ass since joining the Rangers. They're both hitting like 100 essentially. It's brutal. It's brutal. Um, yeah. So the Rangers, they got to get those guys to step up. You spent money on them this offseason. You brought them in to be your power bats. If they're not going to show up and swing it well, I mean, you got to look at bringing Evan Carter back up from the minor leagues and getting him in there. I think they got to make some decisions.
Yeah, I noticed a thing. I mean, if you'd been betting Rangers unders, you'd be rich right now because they're scoring 0,
You
1,
ain't
and 2
lying.
runs every.
I had Rangers money line yesterday. I thought for sure it's coming. Here it is. Jeffrey Springs has been getting beat up a little bit lately. He's given up at least like 2 home runs in every game. Langford's going to get him one today. Maybe Jake Berger breaks out. Nope, not the case. Rangers just flailing around pointlessly. It felt like it's ugly. The approach at the plate is ugly right now. It really is.
That's tough. Well, before we air this interview, Mitty, I'm looking up the DK horse app real quick because I'm going to see if we can find a horse
Okay.
for you. We got to find a random horse for this Derby.
Yeah, let's get a horse. Let's get in on one here.
Yeah, let's see. Derby. Church.
Chris Young might be overrated. I don't want to go there. I don't know that Chris Young's overrated. I think he's done a great job of building this franchise into a potential contender. Obviously, won a World Series 2 years ago. Maybe you could say lucked into that a little bit, but um, you know, I'm not mad at them. At least the Rangers tried to make moves. Look, at the same time, you're trying to hate on Chris Young for Jock Peterson and Jake Berger. He's the same one that went out and got Tyler Mahle. He went out and got Patrick Corbin, who's been pretty good. Those are two guys who have played well and are part of the reason the Rangers are still right there and tied for first or a half game back. So, yes, we can definitely knock them for the Jock Peterson, Jake Berger thing, but I think Chris Young's a real one. I've got faith, to be honest.
All right, I'm looking through the Kentucky Derby. It looks like they've got 21 horses signed up. So it's tough to pick a winner in 21, man. Sandman, I'm seeing as the favorite at 9-2. So our mutual friend's got to be super pumped about that 16-1.
Are the horses numbered? Can I just pick for horse number 14?
Yeah, you can
That's
just
what I
randomly
want.
pick. You want 14?
Yeah.
14 is
14 is my number.
Dude, Tiz-tastic. What a name.
Tiz-tastic. I'm going to be on Tiz-tastic.
He's 20-1.
No info needed.
20-1. But I mean, dude, you got to do that promotion. I mean, it's $5 a share of $1 million if you win. Like if you take, like, how many people are going to take the 20-1 14 horse? I mean, I know there's 20 or 21 horses to cheer from. Like I really feel like if a random horse wins, this could be a few grand for people. Like I think if you take like Sandman or one of the favorites, it's going to be like $50. But
I think there's a chance maybe. Oh, I'm not sure. You got to think a lot of people have the regular DraftKings app downloaded, but you have to download a separate app for the horse
yeah, it's a
racing.
DK
Correct?
horse app.
So that's what. So here's the thing. Like I think you're gonna have a lot of lazy people out there who won't download the app. They're gonna be like, whatever, I'm not worried about it. Versus when you're betting on the NFL or the NBA, it's right there at your fingertips. You don't have to do any extra work. I think that'll actually knock. And not many people are into horse racing either. So I actually think the pool versus the NFL or NBA $1 million payouts could be like slightly larger. You know what I mean? Like the overall payout will be larger because you're gonna have a smaller pool of people.
Yeah, well, I think it's
That makes
awesome.
sense.
And I think it's just a must promotion. And I love DraftKings doing all the King of the Court and all the crazy promotions, giving out stuff. I mean, dude, that King of the Court, if you'd have had, who was the one that hit it? There was one that was so random that won it where everybody got 13K in DraftKings.
Yeah, it was something.
I mean, dude.
Super random. Didn't Che have a big one for like 6K or something?
I think so. But the one that was
touchdown.
Okay. Well, either way, dude, DraftKings always has tons of cool promotions, and looking forward to Wrigleyville tomorrow and the DraftKings Gala at Arizona. Dude, love the Barstool DraftKings relationship. It's unbelievable, and it's been great for everybody. All right, we're about to play this interview with Texas A&M superstar Jace LaVallette with Peyton Chotinier and I. He's going to be potentially the number 1 pick of the Major League Baseball 2025 draft as the Aggies get ready to host LSU, and we'll be back next week with some news. Shout out Dude Wipes. Amazon, Target, Walmart, all over the World Wide Web. Let it rip with Dude Wipes. Best product ever, especially in the humid summertime. What's up? Fun one today. I'm Barstool Mintzy, joined as always by Peyton Chotinier. And we're joined today by, I'm excited, very excited to have him on Jace LaVallette on the Texas A&M Aggies. Had a hell of a run in Omaha last year, won the SEC. Damn, I mean, you're home run record. What's up, Jace? Thanks for coming on. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank y'all for having me. I'm excited.
Freeze.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Peyton, what's up, man? How are you today?
Man, I'm fired up. This was a good one for us. We needed this guy.
Hell yeah. Well, Jace, big series, obviously a huge series this weekend. LSU coming in. There's been a lot to say about y'all's season, but it seems like y'all have I feel like I believe in the Aggies, dude. Y'all got so much talent coming off that loss last year, and y'all been hot lately. How are we feeling going into this weekend?
I mean, it feels good. We're excited, but at the end of the day, it's just another opponent. It's another weekend. We have to just take one game at a time, one pitch at a time, try and look too far ahead. We know what we have to do, and we know what we have to get done, but at the same time, you can't put too much pressure on yourself to try and succeed too much, because then you won't do what you want. You won't get the outcome. So I feel like if we just put our head down and get to work and keep doing what we've been doing, I think we have a good shot.
Absolutely. I remember saying that in 22 when I was with the Rebs. Like,
yeah,
everybody, like that was the whole talk, because we were sucking, we weren't doing well, whatever. And I remember specifically saying to somebody on the team, I'm like, I promise you, if we just make the tournament, at that point, you still had to make the SEC tournament. Yeah. I was like, if we can just make the SEC tournament, we make a couple runs at this thing, I promise you we can win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it sounds like stupid to everybody else, but inside that locker room, and especially like in baseball, you just know. All the games are so close, anything can happen.
100%. I mean,
that's
you saw this week, and I feel like we played
Well,
pretty
I
good
love it.
baseball. Just lost literally
Exactly.
all 3 games. So, I mean, it comes down to the wire.
Yeah.
Paige bringing that up. I thought the same thing. Like, baseball's such a crazy sport. Mississippi State was 2-7 in the SEC in 2021. Ole Miss was 1-8 in the SEC in 2022. And I gotta ask you, what happened overnight after y'all got shut out by Tennessee in game 1, and then y'all came out on that Saturday again, just 9-3 and 17-6. Y'all been a completely different baseball team since. Like, I'm trying to. What happened overnight?
I mean, there's not much to say. I think we just honestly, I think we kind of just saw what had happened, and we were like, well, I mean, let's just go play. Like, let's go have fun, play loose, play with not a care in the like. Just go be yourself, go enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, like, it really couldn't have gotten much worse from there, right? You know?
It could have.
It could have. It definitely could have, but that's not like that's kind of what we were like. It was like, all right, like let's just go play loose, have fun, like just enjoy it.
Yeah, I've talked about that a couple times on here. It's like, as a player, you know what you need to do. You know that the more you stress and worry about it, the worse it's going to be. But it's just so hard to do because you care so much.
It's so hard. Like what I've been saying is like I don't want baseball to be the center cut of my life. Like I don't want people to.
Yep.
Obviously, it comes with it, but I don't want everybody to just be like, oh, Jay Slav, he's a baseball player. Like, that's it. Like, I don't want that to be my rep. Like, I want people to be like, oh, like, he does, like, he has other things that he does. Like, he's known for other things. Like, and, but it does get tough whenever you're going through a rut like that because you care so much. Like, literally, this is all I care about. Like, I say that I don't want to be known for a baseball player, but if that's what I'm known for, I'm pretty damn happy. You know what I mean?
Of course. The hard part with that, and like something I used to struggle with, is I just don't ever want it to become the way I look at myself. Like,
right.
I would do a bad job of, I had a bad game. Say I went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. I'm using that as my identity as a person, not a baseball player. And it's hard to switch that off.
It is. It's hard to, like, I'll even give an example, man. Like, I went 0 for 6 with 3 punchies Tuesday. And I walked away from that game so down and so, like, just honestly, I didn't even know what to feel. I was like, what am I doing? Like, but then I had to realize, like, dude, like, it's baseball, man. Like, the game. Like, I promise, like, I told myself, like, I promise you this won't be the first or the last time you go 0 for 6 with 3. And I can tell you that. And I was like, you know what? All right. Like, I just got back to work and just put my head down and really and truly just got to not care about the result.
Yeah. And it's hard because, like, there's a fine line of just not caring about the results or not caring, like, at all. You know,
right.
Like,
fine
you
line.
really still care and you want to play with that fiery edge that you guys have.
Yeah.
But it's,
I
don't know. It's tough. It's so hard.
It's so tough whenever you take a perfect swing and you line out and you're just like, dude. But at the end of the day, it's like, what more do you want? Like, you got your swing off on a pitch that you could hit and it just didn't end up your way.
Yep.
Yeah,
I completely
it's
agree.
tough because hitting, it's a game of failure. I mean, you're the best in the world if you get a hit 40% of the time. And so it's like a constant, like, no matter who you are in baseball, you have to deal with it because it's just designed like that. I don't know. It's tough.
Oh, it is.
I mean, we hear that all the time, like, growing up as players, but most of the time I'm going to bet on every team you've ever been a part of, you were always, like, the best player. So eventually, like, nobody ever teaches you how to fail. That's the hard part.
No, got to learn. Like, and I learned quick my freshman year. Quick. It happened. It was clear as day, and I was like, oh. And I never had to deal with it before, and so there's a learning curve. Like, that's the biggest. I think that the hardest jump isn't from, I don't know yet, but I would probably say from high school to college, just because of how much more you fail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sure the jump to your SEC your freshman year, I mean, the SEC is like AA now in the NIL era. It's so tough. And you see how fast guys are rising through the minors from it. And so, yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that jump from senior high school into that. I mean, it's incredible how strong SEC baseball is now.
It is tough. But, I mean, that's why everybody plays in the SEC, though. I mean, that's why you like it doesn't matter who it is, who you're playing. If you're in the SEC, you're unbelievably good. So
you want the competition.
Yeah.
I would ask about this team because, like I said, I'm a big roadie of y'all's. I believe y'all have so much talent. And since that Tennessee series, man, y'all been playing great baseball. sweeping South Carolina, dude. The 2 grand slams in the ninth, it's like never been done in the history of the sport to beat South Carolina, and then 2 out of 3 in Arkansas. I mean, I know last weekend y'all's 3 really tough one-run games that all could have gone either way. I don't know. I'm just impressed. It seems like y'all are playing great baseball at the right time of year.
Yeah, I would agree, and I just think we need to keep doing that. We just got to keep playing together. Got to enjoy it together. Got to enjoy the highs and the lows together. So.
Yeah. You have to find a way.
How much does it help having Caden Terrell back?
Dude, he's unbelievable. I mean, it's like he's Superman out there. It's pretty fun to watch. I every time it comes to the plate, I'm like, uh-oh. It's pretty.
That is the great thing about you guys is y'all have so much damn talent. Like, it's when it clicks, it's going to be unreal. So it'll be awesome to watch. I'm just curious to know, like, how are the vibes? Are we still? I know, especially probably for you, like you're one of the big leaders on the team. Part of your job is to make sure the vibes are still high. How have we been? I know we shaved our heads. Has that helped? What are we thinking? Like, let's go through that.
Right when I did it, I couldn't tell you the last time I had short hair. I didn't even want to look at myself. I was like, you look awful.
Uh-huh.
But I think the vibes all year have been high. I think that we haven't strayed away from being ourselves. Like, baseball is a game of failure. At the end of the day, we want to win every single game we can. But at the same time, whenever you lose, you can't, like, you have to come to the ballpark tomorrow and play.
Yep.
Like, there's no, like, you lose 1 week and then you have a whole week to prepare for somebody else. It's not like football, right? Like, you got to somehow wake up with that fire and play again tomorrow. And so I think we've done a great job of, like, all right, like, let's go bounce back. Let's have fun. Let's keep having fun. You just enjoy it together. So
how much of that is because of Coach Early? Like, how?
A lot.
Yeah.
Every game he comes in, and no matter when or loss, he's like, stay together. Like, let's keep going. Like, and it's true. It's what matters. It doesn't matter what everybody else says outside of the locker room. The only thing that matters is what the 50 people inside the locker room say and believe. And I think that's what we've kind of had our go on.
I agree completely. You're gonna get so much hate. You'll realize real quick. You're like, I don't care.
The hitting coach.
Yeah.
Bang! There we go.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep. All right, that guy didn't really want to say much.
Yeah.
Like, Tennessee accent coming out. That's fine.
That's all right. That's all right.
You down to I guess you get 2 more series in your career at Bluebell. I mean, the atmosphere and the fan base, unbelievable. How special is it for you at the end of this?
I actually
quite a run.
Realized that I only had 6 games left to play in Olsen until literally yesterday, and I almost started crying. I was like, dude, like, this has been my this is my man, like, this is my life. Yep. Like, it flew by, and genuinely, like, it makes me kind of emotional. I'm like, dude, like, 6 games left, and it's gonna go by in the blink of an eye. And it was I don't even know. I can't put it into words. It kind of sucks, but at the same time, I honestly know it just sucks. I wish I had 1,000 playing here.
Yeah.
Y'all's fan base, I feel like the Aggie fans affect baseball games more than maybe any other fan base in the country, too. It's incredible.
It's so fun to be a part of. It's so fun to play for. It's so fun to play for these fans. And no matter what, it feels like they're always behind us. And I'm not afraid to say it. Like, I bet it's been tough to be behind us this year, which is fine. I'm an avid sports watcher too. Like, you know what I mean? So I understand it, but at the same time, like, you've got to understand that we also want this just as bad as y'all do. Like, we want to bring something back home that
you guys want it 10 times more than they want it. That's the difference.
Exactly. But at the same time, like, I understand where of course, if we're not playing good, it makes sense to be mad. But it's awesome just to see these fans behind us day in and day out, and just know that they want us to succeed just honestly as much as we want to succeed. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, do you have anything? I don't want to keep him too long.
No, we're good. I mean,
far away.
I think like that was a thing for me is struggling and like, how much do you try not to think? Do you get on social media? Do you worry about what they say? Do you look? I was horrible about it, where I would secretly check.
I try to stay off Twitter. Lately I try and
Twitter's the worst.
Yeah, a bunch of trolls.
Y'all are telling me. I promise you, I get that.
And so I've tried to just stay off Twitter. much as I can. No matter if it's a good game, bad weekend, good weekend. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what other people say. It literally just matters what I believe in my own head.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that trying to receive gratification from outside sources can only honestly bring you down, because you're always going to see something that you don't want to see.
Yep.
I believe that if you can just have gratification within yourself and just believe you are who you are, and not have to have people tell you that, then I think you should probably come out on top.
No, without a doubt. I mean, if I'm sure, but like if you listen to the 10 of them that say you're awesome, you're a rock star, you're the best hitter ever, yada yada, but you have that one guy that says he sucks.
For every says you're good, there's probably 100 that say you're bad.
So it is what it is. But I mean, obviously, the great thing about you is, like, regardless of what happens this year, we are still really high on you guys. But you've got such a bright future, and it's awesome to see that. You are the leader that we thought you were. We thought you were an amazing player, but it's awesome to see you're an amazing leader as well. So it's cool just to see you. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Jay Slava, for joining us, man. Just awesome. Going to be pulling for y'all the rest of the way. It's I feel, like I said, a lot of baseball left. I feel pretty good about this.
Cool. Appreciate you.
Thank you. We'll put this out.